A Study in Scarlet, Part 4. The Puzzle Deepens. Morning light streamed through the curtains at Baker Street, catching Holmes already at work. He was bent over his notes, a magnifying glass in hand, studying details so minute that Watson marveled anyone could find meaning in them. To Holmes, however, each mark, each tiny inconsistency, was a pathway toward truth. Watson joined him at the table, curious about his progress. Holmes explained that the puzzle was far from solved, but its shape was becoming clearer. He spoke of patterns, how the simplest details of behavior and movement could betray hidden intentions. Watson listened, enthralled, realizing that his companion's brilliance was as much about understanding human nature as it was about observing physical clues. That day, Holmes returned to Brixton, drawing Watson along. The house, quiet and still, seemed ordinary to everyone else, but Holmes treated it as though it were a stage on which a drama had been performed. He paced carefully, studying angles and distances, measuring the invisible choreography of those who had been there before. The police, still puzzled, offered their own theories, each conflicting with the next. Inspector Gregson suggested one explanation, while Inspector Lestrade proposed another. Holmes, polite but dismissive, pointed out the flaws in both. He reminded Watson later that assumptions without evidence are traps even experienced men fall into. Among the items recovered from the house was a curious ring, plain but meaningful. To the untrained eye, it was nothing more than an object misplaced in the chaos. To Holmes, it was a key, proof that someone had been present whose story remained untold. He studied it with care, murmuring that it might draw the true culprit out of hiding. Watson, reflecting on Holmes's calm certainty, asked if he already knew who was behind the mystery. Holmes only smiled, tapping his notebook closed. "We are not ready yet, my dear Watson. The net must be set before the fish will rise." That evening, back at Baker Street, Holmes placed an advertisement in the newspaper concerning the lost ring. He explained that such bait often lures the hidden hand into the open. Watson marveled at the elegance of the plan. No force, no intimidation, only intellect and patience. The puzzle had deepened, and with it came the first signs of its unraveling. As Holmes prepared his trap, Watson felt certain they stood at the threshold of revelation. Somewhere in London, someone would see that notice and make the mistake of stepping into Holmes' carefully laid snare.